Hi everyone, Sujit here and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to show you guys few exercises which will help you to keep your shoulders mobile and healthy. Specifically for two muscle groups, which is your scapula and your rotator cuff muscles. So these two muscle groups are very important and they help you to stabilize your shoulder joint. If you do little research about shoulder joint, it's ball and socket joint. What that means is it's one of the most mobile joint in human body and it is capable of almost 360-degree rotation. And these two muscle groups which I've just told you, they help you to stabilize your shoulder and it helps you with internal rotation, external rotation, abduction and adduction. So with our usual training method, and if you do any sort of training, most likely your internal rotation is going to be pretty strong as compared to external rotation. But if you don't focus on strengthening those external rotation muscles, that leaves you with an imbalanced muscle. And what happens is whatever muscle is strong, it's going to dominate and the weaker muscle is more prone to injury. So just to avoid those injuries, it's really important that you focus on your external rotation muscle group as well. So all these exercises which I'm going to tell you in a minute, you can do it as a warm-up session or you can include that in your daily exercise routine. So without wasting any time, let's get into it. Okay, so the first exercise on this list is scapula pull-ups. If you've been following my channel, you must have seen this coming because this one is my absolute favorite. So for this one, get onto the pull-up bar and instead of going all the way up and down like in a regular pull-up, lock your hands and think of driving your shoulder blades down. That is creating gap between your ears and your shoulders. See, initially it can be a little bit challenging to make that muscle-mind connection, but with enough practice, you will get a hang of it. See, if you still don't get it, get off that pull-up bar and just raise your hands, bring them closer to your ears, and from here onwards, think of driving your shoulder blades down. So suppose these are your shoulder blades, all you're trying to do is driving them down. So that would be a good practice and give you a good idea what scapular movement is. Scapular strength is really important because any overhead press or any pulling movement you do, you need to have strength in your scapulas. If you don't have, you're probably gonna compensate it with some other muscle groups. So make it a habit that you do this exercise every time you jump onto a pull-up bar. For the second exercise, you need a resistance band. And if you don't have one, I would highly recommend you guys buying some because there are a lot of exercises which you can do with resistance band. So for this one, get a lightest intensity band because if you're trying it with heavy intensity band, chances are you're going to compensate it with wrong form. So get the lightest one and then you work your way up. So bring your both hands in front of you, making a nice 90-degree angle, and then grab the band in supinated grip and then tuck your elbows in and try to pull it apart. So the main cue here is you need to keep your elbows as close as possible. Another best practice is try to put a towel in between your underarms so that if you try to cheat, they're going to fall down and you'll get to know that you're doing it wrong. Another important thing to remember is do it as slow as possible. Go very slow and that's how you're going to feel the maximum benefit from this exercise. Okay, so the third exercise is pretty much similar to the second one, and for this one as well you need a resistance band. But if you have access to gym, you can also use cable pulley machine. So for this one, you need to tie the band at the level of your elbow. And if you have cable pulley machine, just bring it down to your elbow level. So from here, try to create that external rotation in your arm while tucking your elbow closer to your body. Often we are not strong with external rotation, and that's how we try to compensate by driving our elbows outward. So make sure that you're tucking your elbows closer to your body and then do it as slowly as possible. So another thing is I've seen a lot of people doing the same exercise with holding a dumbbell in their hand, which in my opinion is not as effective as a resistance band or a cable pulley. And I'll explain you guys why. So when you're holding a dumbbell and locking your arm at 90-degree, the whole weight is going downward due to gravity. As compared to resistance band where there is no downward force and the whole force is going towards external rotation, and that's what we're targeting for. So if you're someone who does it with dumbbell, I would suggest you to try doing it with the resistance band and you will feel the difference by yourself. So the fourth exercise is called Cuban press and it's a great way to learn external movement along with overhead press. So for this one, you need some sort of a stick, a dowel, or even a PVC pipe will do. So to begin this exercise, hold the pipe in front of you and from here onwards, you need to think of lifting your elbows. See, it seems very easy, but I've seen with my clients that they always struggle with this. So lift your elbows to your shoulder level. And then from here onwards, think of rotating your arms upward while keeping your elbows at the same shoulder level. Once you are in that nice 90-degree angle, just do an overhead press and then reverse the whole exercise. This one is very tricky and I've seen a lot of people struggle with this. So the only tip from my side is that think of your elbows all the time. When you're lifting your arms, think of your elbows. Try to keep your elbows stable while rotating your arms. So you have to keep practicing to get it right. Okay, so the fifth and the last exercise on this one is side lying external rotation. So this exercise can be done on the floor or on the bench. So for this one, get onto your side and place your elbow on your side and make sure your forearm is parallel to the floor. From here onwards, think of rotating your arm externally while tucking your elbow to the side. Say it's a good practice. If you have a small towel, tuck that small towel under your elbow, and that way you will know that you're not cheating. And that supports as well. So these are the 5 exercises which are staple in my training programs, and I always make sure to do these on a weekly basis. So that's all from my side, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this video and you found this information useful. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment and share with your friends, because that will help me to grow this fitness channel. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, stay fit, stay young.